reveals something in a teaser for tonight's episode that really sums up the root issue in this family. They don't trust each other. In a clip for tonight's episode, we see Meri and Janelle discussing lawyering up in regards to getting their fair share of Coyote Pass. Cody's telling them that he's talking to all the right people, and they're like, wouldn't that be us? Cody is shady. There's no doubt about that. But I also think this issue of mistrust isn't unique to the Brown family. I think the culture that the Browns grew up in and chose to start a family in is a breeding ground for paranoia and always second guessing the true intentions of the people that are supposed to be the closest to you. We have a lot to talk about. Let's get into today's video. Hey everyone, what's up? It's Sarah and welcome back to my channel. Something that is really frustrating is that in the United States, we don't get the full episode of Sister Wives. I think it's because of needing to accommodate so much ad space, so I get it to one extent, but sometimes really good stuff gets cut out of the US version of the episodes. I was just watching the extended cut for us here in the US, regular cut if you're in the UK and elsewhere, of Cody meeting up with that realtor Justin on Coyote Pass. One of the parts that was cut out of the US version that I wish was left in was this part where Meri discloses that she actually offered to help get things moving in regards to Coyote Pass.
I'm sorry, ladies, you left me here holding the bag.
I have offered multiple times to help out, but every time I offer, hey, let me help out, nothing.
But Flagstaff was the beginning of the end for the family. I moved for 25 years, 30 years, I think I was a polygamist.
Real quick side tangent. I noticed in this clip, Cody tells Justin, oh, I was a polygamist for 25 years. And then he corrects that to 30. 25 years was how long he was married to Christine before she left him. So I wonder if Christine leaving is really when Cody views the end of polygamy for him. I don't know. I just found that interesting. Anyways, Cody claims that he and Robin were left holding the bag, that everyone up and left, and now they are saddled with this property that nobody wants. Well, it's true that no one wants to live on it the way it was originally imagined, but that doesn't mean any of these women abandoned their rights to the property. Here we see Meri has offered to work on the situation, as she calls it. Cody and Robin, you have the offer of arguably the most successful business person in your family. Methinks you shouldn't just shrug her off so easily. But Cody says he knows all the right people. Allegedly. In a clip for tonight's episode, we get a preview of this conversation that Janelle and Meri have in which they discuss the fact that Cody is sketch as fuck when it comes to the property.
So a while back, I sent an email to Cody and Robin and Janelle just to start the conversation of the property.
So there's been a couple of emails from Cody. The first one was, why don't we divide it this really weird way? Then there's a second one saying, Robin, I want to sell.
He was like, well, I'll find the realtor and we'll sell it and blah, blah, blah. Sorry, you are not like the head of my family. I feel like Cody and Robin probably have some plan of what they want to do and how they want to handle it. I think that Janelle has some sort of plan, and I know that I do as well. And none of us are talking to each other because none of us trust each other.
I probably will get a lawyer. In fact, I've been talking to one. I hope you feel like that for you too.
I do, because it's been a year and a half since the last time I had that conversation with Cody. I'm gonna get a lawyer to help me through this process. I feel like for quite a few years, I've just kind of sat back and just not wanted to ruffle feathers. So I haven't pushed the issue on many things, but I will push the issue now.
Cody was not left holding the bag. If that were the case, he would have been left to come up with the money to pay off the land all on his own, and he didn't have to do that. Janelle wired her equal portion, and Meri drove her check to him personally. In addition to that, nobody just abandoned their right to the property, not even Christine. In a deal with Cody, Christine signed over her interest in the property in exchange for all of the equity in her house. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The deal Christine made with Cody was the smartest move she ever made. She was able to get out clean and with an asset, which is rare in Mormon fundamental polygamy when one of the non-legal wives is leaving their husband. What we see now are Meri and Janelle very much pinning their hopes and dreams on Cody's good graces. And Cody says on the show that he will be equitable. He acknowledges that everyone paid in equally. Robin acknowledges on the show that her home was meant to be communal family property. So it'll be interesting should Cody get even shittier about dividing the property. If anything that's been said on the show could come back to bite him in the ass. I mean, I sure hope so if it comes down to it. I have heard that there could be issues with using footage from the show because of editing and things like that, but hopefully Janelle and Meri's lawyers could get their hands on the raw footage if it comes down to it. Because honestly, the case for Cody's first two wives being entitled to an equal portion of Coyote Pass has been made on the show. So Meri sends an email to the Coyote Pass crew and Janelle responds immediately. She's like, yeah, let's figure this out. Janelle reveals Cody has sent a couple emails back and one proposed dividing the property in a super weird way, aka a way in which he and Robin make out like bandits and Meri gets royally screwed over. Oh, and by the way, let us not forget that the money Cody and Robin are throwing around now is money that was put into their pockets by the OG3. So if you think about it, whatever Janelle and Meri get out of Cody and Robin is really just getting their own money back. Meri lays it out. This is the real deal. There are 3 entities with interest in Coyote Pass, and they all have different ideas with how they want to deal with the land, and nobody is talking to each other because nobody trusts each other. And in my opinion, that's really just these individuals being a product of the environment in which they were raised. Christine said in episode 1 that she wanted to come into a family as a third wife. She was being strategic. She had a plan for how to make plural marriage the most advantageous for her. And Christine isn't an anomaly. I've watched a ton of ex-polygamous content creators on YouTube, and they all talk about how there was a hierarchy within the sister wives in their families. The women in these groups were constantly plotting how to come out on top because they had to. In this environment, it was survival of the fittest, eat or be eaten. Knowing this puts a lot of how Robin came to be who she is into perspective. In Mormon fundamental polygamy, in the AUB, in the Brown family, you make strategic alliances. Do I think Janelle and Christine are really besties forever? I don't know. I think that they certainly like each other a whole lot more now that they don't have to procreate with the same dude. But personality-wise, Christine and Janelle are very different. And if their life circumstances didn't put them in each other's orbits, I don't know if they would necessarily be friends. And I've heard both of them say as much in interviews. I think now they have this unique co-parenting dynamic, and I think that they have grown to really admire each other for the strengths the other possesses that maybe they don't. But the saying, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, could not be truer when it comes to the dynamics of Mormon polygamous families. That's why we see Meri and Janelle coming together to make sure the other doesn't get screwed over. And all I can say is thank goodness this is playing out on national television. That really is the only hope Meri and Janelle have, that Cody and Robin will do the right thing. Watching the show Escaping Polygamy, these women and children that leave do so with scarcely more than the clothes on their backs. They leave with nothing to start a life with, but even the fear of poverty is not enough to overcome the fear of staying in polygamy. Let that sink in. If it wasn't for Sister Wives, the TV show, Cody and Robin for sure would have long ridden off into the sunset with all of the family's assets, and the OG3 would have been left destitute. I really do believe that the sale of Coyote Pass is at least in part going at a snail's pace because it is a storyline for the show. If Cody does try to do anything other than divide the property or the proceeds from the sale of the property 4 ways, the public will be in an uproar. He will be publicly shamed. I know that we really should be dividing it 3 ways, but I think all of us, including Meri and Janelle, will accept a 4-way split at this point. Meri talks about all of this confusion about the way things have been done in the family and specifically in regards to the property. And it's like, girl, it's only confusing because you are letting Cody lead the way. I love that she says in this clip, Cody is not the head of my family anymore. Janelle and Meri pushing for clarity, pushing for a timeline, pushing for specifics is driving Cody crazy, and he is flailing about looking like a dumbass. As per usual with season 19, I've been told that some people have already seen episode 19 because it appeared on whatever provider they have. I haven't seen the episode yet. I've only seen these teasers, but I'm very much looking forward to start talking legal recourse because Cody is squirming, and I love that for him. As always, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel. Check out my second channel, Sarah Spills, and my podcast, Mostly Harmless. Links for both of those will be down in the description of this video. Follow me on Instagram, Threads, and X at Reality Squad, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Take care. Have a good one. Much love.